Okay, guys, I'm going to show you how to wrap an offer in Dotloop. It doesn't take very long. I can probably get this done in probably 20, 25 minutes. So let's do this from start to finish. So I'm going to hit add a loop. Property address. I'm going to come back over to Matrix. Here is the property address. Now, this particular property is the owner is, excuse me, the listing agent's a Miami board realtor, and I am not. I'm Fort Lauderdale board realtor. So we'll see if this comes up. So this is coming up. So beautiful, hit that, and I'm going to say import data. If you are a member of the Miami board and not the Fort Lauderdale board, or vice versa, and you can't get these things to auto-populate, contact me. I will give you a number that you will need to put in so you can do this, okay? Also, again, when you are adding either an MLS number or an address, for instance, and let's say it's not coming up, you want to make sure you're selecting something that is popping up at the bottom. You're not just typing in the address and hitting continue, because it's not going to auto-populate the address fields into the correct place, and you'll end up writing in the address over and over again. So make sure you're always grabbing something that is in the in the example. So like, for instance, here's 1470 North Dixie Highway, and I'm trying to find it Fort Lauderdale, but I keep coming up with these bad boys that have got actual addresses on them. So I'm going to keep going until Fort Lauderdale. Here we go. I've got a Google Maps one now. So that's what I want. Now, this particular unit does have a unit number in it. I'll add that later. Okay, so just be aware you always want to pick something that pops up and not just type something in. So import. Again, I've got my code already set. I'm going to hit continue. Loop template. This is going to be an as-is contract. If you're working, if you're a new agent, or you've been hired recently, you're going to be using this PRA buying a loop as is. Hit continue. You always want to choose a template. I have no picture. Hit done, and I've created the loop. Okay, so now I want to get into the loop, and now I've got all of my stuff in here already preloaded for me. Very first thing we do is we go into the view details section. Okay, we need to make sure that this stuff back here is filled out as completely as possible. Then as we move through the loop over the course of the escrow, things will auto-populate. I will not be stuck typing things in over and over and over again. So since the first thing to do, you need to give yourself a role. I'm the buying agent on this. Listing agent was already added, but I need to make sure that their information is in here. So right now, the only thing that she's uploaded into her Dotloop is the name and the email address and the company name. We require on every contact minimum of a name and an email address and a phone. So I need to get a phone number for this person. I'll come back over here. There's a phone number here. And I'm going to paste it over here. There. Okay. If this was a rental, I would probably want to also add the address for the office, because oftentimes things get mailed to the listing agent's office, i.e. the escrow funds and such. So at a very minimum though, email address, phone number, except for the party that you are not representing. So in this instance, it would be the seller I'm not representing. Listing agent, title company also have to have company information in there as well. So right now I'm going to add the landlord, actually, excuse me, the owner, and I'm opening up bcpa.net. Here's the current owner, very glamorous name. Here's their name, here's their role, They are the seller. Again, since I'm not representing them, I don't have any other information. Add person. I've got to add my buyer now. I'm working with one buyer. His name is, what the hell's his name? I know his last name is Miller. I've already added him here. Drew, here we go. So Drew is actually somebody I've used previously. He's the buyer, but I still need to put a phone number in here for him. So I'm grabbing my phone and I'm going to get his info off the phone. So Drew, info, mobile number is 954-817-3021. There's his email address. Be aware that if you need to scroll down to get to this add person, do not use the scroll bar here on the left or anything on the outside of this, or else it will close out the window and it'll lose any information that you have in there. You want to use the 2 fingers on your keypad, on your text pad, or your rolly thing on your mouse. Okay, so buying agent, listing agent, buyer, seller. I need a title company. So this particular property, the agent has added a supplement, and it is an example of a contract they want to use. This is a corporate seller. So here is their title company information. We're going to hope we can copy and paste this. Title company, full name. Oop. Sorry about that. We kind of stole that out of there. There we go. Title company, role. This is escrow title. Let's see if there's an email address. There we go. Yep, I'm not going to be that lucky today. Yep, here we go. Yeah, copying out of a PDF is not exactly the funnest thing to do. I may have to get that later. Let's try this. Let's get this address out of here. 878 East Palmetto Park Road, Boca Raton, Florida. Okay, address 878 East Palmetto Park Road, Boca Raton, Florida. Don't remember the zip code. 33432. No unit number. Great. Phone number. 33432 and 33432. We got an extra 3 there. And let's put a phone number in here. And we need to put a name in. Let's see, do we have contact in here? No, we do not. Just L. Schmidt. Okay, we're gonna let this fly. It is what it is. Let's copy this and we'll throw this in the company name here. There we go. Add. Okay, I got title agent. Eric's getting a mortgage. I already have Jim Giacomuzzi added in my, you see all his information comes up. I already have it added into my people section, which you can do by clicking up here on people and adding them to your contacts. You can put in a full information, and then whenever you're in a contract like this, you can always add them. So strongly suggest doing that with your mortgage brokers, with the title companies you use, inspection, etc. Got all my people. I'm linked to a property listing, which is cool. All the rest of the stuff should have already full load over from the listing agreement. There's a couple things I know we need. Parcel ID is here. That's great. And I know we also need the There's the listing day. I think it's geographic. Yeah, there we go. Legal description's already in here. Okay, good to go. So that is how simple it is to get all your people in here and such. Now you can go in and start adding stuff or manipulating contracts. Okay, so this is the biggest mistake people do. They do not add their people first, and it becomes difficult later. And then not to mention that those things need to be taken care of prior to you getting paid. So let's take a look at this contract. I want to auto-populate. This window will come up, and since I filled in as much as I can scroll to the bottom, hit autofill. Anything in yellow will have been auto-filled, okay? Let's see, does this place have a washer dryer? We know the place has a pool and equipment, other equipment appliances. Okay, so they've got nothing in here stated. Let's see if we can tell by the pictures. Damn it. Okay, I cannot tell by the pictures. I did not see the house with my client. More than likely you have. Beautiful wood cabinet, coordinating appliances, master suite, larger laundry and pantry. I'm going to say, since they just mentioned laundry, that there's some laundry in there. So, okay, so we're going to assume for all better purposes that there is a washer dryer in here. Oh, actually, let's take a look at their contract as an example. Nothing. Okay, so, sorry about that. Let's take this, stick this back in here. Okay, so washer dryer is a weird thing. It's the one thing that is not added as a general thing. Washer and dryer and pool cleaning equipment. Okay. So if you don't put pool and cleaning equipment in here, if there's a pool and they've got one of those bouncy aroundy things that, you know, go along the bottom and clean up the pool, if you don't put it in there, they don't have to give it to you. So be aware of that. What's this place listed for? $379. Okay, I know we're going into 370. 370. We're gonna put down $5,000. It needs to be made within 3 days. Let me confirm that with what they are using for an example. Yeah, they've got nothing here, but that is 3 days. Okay. Now, for the rest of this, I would be referencing the mortgage broker's letter. If I remember correctly, I think he's putting 5% down. I know he's putting more than 5% down, but honestly, I would have to end up going back to the mortgage broker's letter. We're just going to, for additional, just for shits and giggles, we're going to end up putting in, assume this is a 5% down loan. Okay. Additional deposits to be sent within blank days. I'm going to put in 12 days here because I'm requesting a 10-day inspection period. If I was requesting a 7-day inspection period, I'd be putting in 9 days for the second deposit. I don't want to bother putting in the second deposit prior to finishing my inspections. 95%. This is NA because there's rarely ever anything in here. This will be balance. You always want to put balance here and a percentage amount. Those two items do not need to be changed if there is a counteroffer situation. Got this expiring on Friday. Today's Wednesday. We're going to have this actually go to the 31st. You know what? Let me take a look and see what we got. I know that in this particular contract, they've got a whole bunch of additional terms that I will be typing it at a different time, but I think no disclosures. Okay, great. So still requires 3 business days from receipt of closing docs to sign and return to escrow. Great. Okay. Does it give us any idea of what they need for a response time? I just don't want this to expire before we get one back. So I'm going to put this on the 31st. Everybody thinks this is when the seller needs to respond. No, it's not. The seller can respond or not respond or do whatever the hell they want. This is when the contract will expire technically. So we are going to go for a 45-day close on this at a very minimum. So let's say we assume June 1st as the first day. This would roughly put us at 45 days. And I like the 15th. We will go on the 15th of July. I'm not a huge fan of closing on a Friday because if something goes wrong, we've got no timeline. We've got no time to fix anything. So actually, let's do this. I want this, since this particular seller is requiring extra day, they want a $50 per day per diem if you have to extend your closing date. So let's forget about that and just go full 60 days. They may not assign. Buyer's getting a loan. It is for conventional. 30 days for approval. It is fixed. People, make sure you fill these, check these things off, except for these. These you don't have to. This particular one for the percentage. That one, if it's left blank, it's according to the buyer's credit worthiness, and 2 days for this. I know my clients already got his stuff in, but just in case. Try not to leave too many blanks unless there's things like title evidence where you're not an expert at. Okay, those I definitely leave blank. This particular one, the seller has already stated, the seller is already choosing the title company and will be paying. Generally speaking, we use the Miami-Dade Regional Provisional. There is no home warranty here. Let me again make sure that in the title section, they don't have any special limits on anything. So seller chooses, seller pays. They've got nothing up here in the title evidence. Okay, so they've got nothing weird here. Nothing else, nothing else, nothing else. 10 days. Okay. Going back. Seller shall pay, and then the buyer will pick it up. Okay, they want 10 days to inspect. Make sure I didn't miss anything up here. Be aware that if there is a little star next to one of these numbers, there means that there is something that can either be checked off or filled in. So that's what those little stars mean. Okay, so now we know past page 5, there is nothing left to fill in until we get to the very end. We've got a lead-based paint here. Make sure that your compliance fee is the appropriate fee, and I will fill in those other items that the seller wants. I'm not going to waste your time with that. This fun stuff is all here as well, and there is my purchase contract. Save, move out. I'm not sharing right now. This particular document also needs to have every sale, listing, or purchase has to have a home warranty acknowledged. They don't need to buy it, but they got to acknowledge it. So I hit autofill here. There's my application. It's filled in my stuff. I'm going to decline the purchase of this. I have to assign the field. I always have to do this with the home warranty. My client, Eric Miller. If there was 2 buyers, I'd just pick one of them. It's not a big deal. And then the assigning this field, this is where you sign. So you can just click on assign field and you can click on anyone and then hit sign, and that can sign. Okay. That is done. Buy, save yes, share no. You need a lead-based paint. This place is old. Okay, autofill, blank. Everything's done here. Generally speaking, we always click off seller has no knowledge, seller has no reports. Okay. Buyer is waving their right. And then I'm going to sign that now. Sign. Get out. Save changes. Yes. Share docs. No. Okay. There's no condo here, so I can archive this. There's no homeowners association. So again, I can get rid of this, archive. You might as well clean up your files so you don't have to deal with it later. And it's easier to get around, okay? I don't have any condo docs. Bye. And I do need to get the pre-qual letter in here. So as I mentioned previously, I've actually already done I'm opening this in a new tab. You can open up more than one tab. This is the other bad boy. There we go, pre-qual letter. So I want to copy this over to the other file. So I'm going to hit make a copy. Copy this as a flat PDF because that's what I came in as. And I want to go to loop. And the loop I'm looking for again is come on. Matrix 371. Dotloop. Search 371. Oh, no. Yep. There we go. 371. And I want to put this into financial docs. There we go. Copy. Okay. Now I can bounce back over here and I can refresh my screen. And now I got my pre-qual here. Okay. Sending this off for my seller to sign. I'm going to check off the 3 forms I want him to sign. Boink, boink, boink. Click share. He's actually already been checked off and he is already listed here as can sign. If I want to put in a special note, I can say, put something in here and then I can hit share. And that's it. Done. Ready to go. So if you have any questions, give me a shout. Okay. Thanks, guys.